welcome back to my channel. Quickly, let's just address this video. Let's jump into the video. No long talk. I shared a video where I spoke about people not coming to Canada via the student route. A few people understood. That video was tongue-in-cheek, basically. I am not saying it that don't come to Canada via the student route. If you watch that video from the beginning till the end, you will understand explicitly what I was trying to say. So I'm not saying you can't come to Canada via student route. In one of the comments, I even mentioned it, and I said my own mother, the mother that mothered me, traveled or migrated to the UK, though not Canada. She migrated via the student route. So I still believe in the student route to 100%, like my own mother. And she's a British citizen right now. She has her passport. My mother can travel like almost anywhere in the world. She's in Canada with me here. She didn't need anything to come to Canada. Like, I didn't need to apply for visa for her. She just typed something. They sent it to her email. The next day she got on the plane and she came to Canada. So I understand. This is what I'm saying. So I'm telling you that I have experience firsthand, not from what I have heard. Firsthand. So I'm not saying you can't come to Canada via student route. People that watched that video understood what I was trying to say. Some people did not watch it till the end and they just jumped into conclusion and they were insulting me or whatever. Okay, the thing is, you can come with student route, but I was saying that because some people do not know that there are other pathways to coming to Canada. They believe it's just student route. I honestly never knew that would be possible until when I met like one person or two people who said, oh, because everybody was just coming with student route, they applied via student route too. And I was like, no guys, there's also the PR route. Some people feel that's too much and all that, but what you're running away from, you eventually come back to meet it. That's what I think of. I just shared a video of how I got my permanent residency in Canada, and it might be a long process for some people, but it doesn't even have to be that long. And if you have everything working in your favor, you're young, you have a master's degree, you have some work experience, you can apply for it and you will get it. I have seen people that these things click for them in less than 6 months. It's fast these days, and if you join the relevant groups, you have loudspeaker to say, oh, help me. People are ready to actually help. Like, how do I drop my passport? How much do I pay? Telegram, guys. If you know all those Telegram groups, please drop a link below. Let people so that people can find it. Guys, that is how I got it. My first place of contact was Instagram. So I was following people on Instagram and I'm like, okay, how do I do this one? How do I do this one? Of course, I'm not saying I'm not a celebrity or anything, but I'm a content person. I'm a digital person. So I have a following on Instagram. But at the same time, I didn't want, for reasons best known to me, for personal reasons, I didn't want people to know I was doing that at the time. So I was trying to be very careful and even following the pages I follow. But because I even knew what I wanted, I didn't care. I followed the page. If you like see me on Canada to this one, that's your business. Come and meet me in my house. Do you understand? But I still followed them and I'll send DMs. Some people were very nice, like, oh, please help me. What do I do? How do I do this one? When they have time, they respond. Because at one point when I got nominated at Ontario, that Ontario told me to come into Canada, because that's how I got my permanent residency. By the way, I mentioned that in the video of how I got my PR. I was lost. I didn't know what to do. And being self-employed, getting permanent residency, I didn't even know it was a big deal until I came. Most people were like, to me, self-employed, how did you get it? How did you get it? I'm like, I just submitted this one. I just submitted this one. People helped me. They literally like there's a lady here now. We are like very close now. We talk a lot, like almost every day. We met on Telegram. Like, oh, you told me you can do this one, file your taxes this way. In fact, I filed my taxes. She was like, why did you tell me you paid too much money? No, do this one. They were like almost, in fact, I have another person in other one now. We did our application together. Like, they would tell me, Tommy, submit this application already. What are you waiting for? They were calling me. So if you make yourself available, you will get the help. Even without employing agents is still very far. But if you have the money and you don't have the time, then you can use agents. But if you can do your research yourself, you can get it. So that's what I was trying to say in that video. You can do it yourself, and you can. I'm not saying everybody should face only PR. Of course, I know the way it is now. Age can be a factor why you can't do the normal regular PR. So many reasons, so many reasons. I have people that probably, in fact, I don't want to come here and start giving people's personal stories, even though you guys don't know them, but I still feel bad. I'm not someone to come here because I'll still feel bad at how this person feel if she watches my video, and the person might feel somehow like, oh, Tommy mentioned something. You don't know the person, but I will feel bad if the person was watching the video. So I have people that are also coming here that the only choice they have is to come via student route. They can't even go through PR for so many peculiar reasons. So I understand all that, but I'm saying this for those that genuinely do not know that they have an option, or they even have higher chances of being Canadian permanent residents. So that's why I did that video. Okay, so let's say you're a student. So I think we've established that already, and you understand me now, please, because I don't want people to misread my intentions. So let's say you're even a student. Most people feel that, okay, you must be a student, you must finish your 1 year course or 2-year course, then do your postgraduate work permit, PGWP, then you work for another 1 year. That's like 2-3 years down the line. Guys, if you're a student, another thing people do not know, and I am grateful that somebody mentioned that comment, because I was planning to actually do this video before I saw that comment that someone said you can actually, whilst you are a student, you don't even need, in 2 months of being a student in Canada, do you know you can become a PR? Yes. So still be in the express entry pool. That's the most, in fact, that's the crux of that video I said. So even if you're coming into Canada as a student, don't let it end there. That student is just for you to enter. You get, be in the express entry pool. If you have dependents, please put them on your profile. Husband, wife. If you are single, okay, that's fine. If you have dependents, you are married, either the husband or the wife, open an express entry pool immediately. You don't need to wait. So for some reason, some people cannot wait until when they get the PR. They need to travel immediately. I always say this, that no two stories are the same. We have different reasons why we choose to leave. So you might not be able to wait and all that, and I understand all that. So let's say you've come into Canada and you're a student, please open the, because the, except maybe you have the another aim, but I believe that most of us, the aim why we are here at the end of the day is to be permanent residents and to eventually become citizens. How do you become a citizen? You can't become a citizen if you're not a PR person. So you don't need to wait until when you graduate. You don't need to wait until when you start working. Let's say you have at least 3-year work experience from back home. That is enough. Put it on your profile and be in the pool. These days, that pool, oh my god, they do it. To me, it's jaga jaga. You can't even see anymore. You just wake up and see, okay, they've invited this person, they've invited. Don't wait. You can't see. Even if your score is 200, stay there, because, and now that you're even in Canada, you are at an advantage, because sometimes, I remember there was a time in 2020 or 2021, the lowest score was 75. If anybody can remember, please, yeah. The lowest score then was 75, and you're wondering, how will somebody's score be 75? This is something that they are saying people should be scoring 500, 450 something. They invited somebody that had 75. If the person was not there, how would the person have gotten it? So stay there. So at least most times, at least you already have a BSc, and most people will say, oh, I don't want to write IELTS, that's why I don't want to do PR. Like, seriously guys, IELTS is not difficult. You can do it. On this same YouTube, there are many resources free. Just watch a couple of videos on speaking, on listening, on writing, on reading, and you'll pass. I did IELTS 5 times, not because I was not, like, I couldn't get, but it was just because I wanted the perfect score. 10 over 10, I'd be 9 over 9. I was always having an 8 or 8.5, but I wanted 9, that 9, that's what I wanted. You can do it. So number one thing, have your certificate verified. You can have it verified from anywhere. Even if you schooled in Lagos, people can do these things for you, because even if you're in Lagos, it doesn't mean you start. Let's say you schooled in Benin or Maiduguri or Abuja, you don't need to travel. Everything is online now. Just pay people that, okay, just pay the transcript money or whatever they're asking for, and you can have your certificates verified, but the major thing is be in the express entry pool. Even when you're in the pool, a province can nominate you. I was in the pool minding my business, still wondering how I was going to go about life when Ontario nominated me. I did not expect it. In fact, I shared that in my PR story. I did not expect it. So that's the second part of this video. So even if you're a student, all hope is not lost. I didn't do that video to make anybody feel bad, sincerely. Please, I did that video just to help. I didn't do that video to make anybody feel bad. If you came in with students, please, I'll keep saying this. My own mother was a student. That's a success story. My mother's success story was she went, not, you're even young. I don't think anybody, there are very few people that will be as old as my mom when she chose to migrate. My mom was in her 50s when she went as a student. You can imagine. It's even my mom's story that even like encouraged one of my other friends, and she decided to go. She was like, told me, she was doing my mom's makeup, and she was like, told me, if your mom can do it at this age, am I joking? What am I even thinking of? And she got the courage, and she left. Yes. So guys, please, I didn't do that video to like make anybody feel bad, because the kind of comments I was getting, but I totally understand that people might not have watched the video in its entirety to understand what I was really saying. So let's even say you're a student. If you're a student, as you come into Canada, don't wait. As you're landing, just rest for 1 or 2 months and settle in. I understand it's a lot to handle, students, family, everything, settling in. Even me, I'm still settling in. I'm not there at all. I'm not there yet and all that. But the moment you are able to write your IELTS, have your certificates verified, those are the only 2 things you need. You might even have masters. You can imagine, you might even have masters. So verify your highest certificate. If you have masters, verify that masters. That helps you a great deal. Put everything you're supposed to put and be in the pool in less than, you don't need to wait until 2 or 3 years. You're coming in as a student in March. You can imagine becoming a permanent resident in like September. It's doable. People have been doing it. So don't wait, because that's another thing I noticed, and that's another thing I thought I should address. You don't need to wait as a student to like complete your course. You don't need to wait until when you have your certificate. No, though it helps if you have like Canadian schooling. That's a different thing entirely. But even with the schooling you have, just be in the pool. Even if it is BSc, do your IELTS. There are IELTS centers. Register for IELTS. Go write your IELTS. Try to make as much as you can get. The higher the marks, the higher your chances are. Like, it raises your, do you understand? Have both and be in the pool. You can become a permanent resident at any time, because like I said, there are a little bit of more perks to being a permanent resident than being a student. Students also get benefits, but not all benefits. You can't apply for every single thing. The benefits don't come in like monthly like that. There are a few things like you can get. So though if you have the money, why not? But of course, if the benefits are available for you, why don't you take advantage of it? That's just what I'm trying to say. So that's just it. I just thought to do this video. So the next part is, even if you're a student and you've arrived Canada, even if you're a student and you've not even left Nigeria, don't lose hope. Please, that video was not to discourage you, to make you feel bad in any way. If it's a student visa, you can still get it. It's still fine. It's still very okay. Like I said again, let me just keep reiterating it. I did that video for the people that think that student route is the only way they can come. So it's 2 things. Weigh your options, do your research. Do I think I have a better chance at being a PR? Try PR first. If PR does not work, then try being a student. That's just it. Please, these videos are at your disposal. Watch videos, because people will say, oh, Canada this, Canada that's the same Canada that people want to come into. People are leaving. Everybody's story is different. Me, I've told myself, in this Canada I will thrive. Anywhere I have chosen to stay, I will thrive. Like my mother would tell me right from the days of old, in the Bible, people used to migrate. Read from Genesis to Revelation. People migrate, especially in the Old Testament. They migrated a lot. So I've told myself, even in the Bible, people were migrating. They migrated. Anywhere my feet finds itself, I thrive. That's just it. Don't believe that God is only peculiar to one country. I think sometimes we do that a lot. So is it that, does it mean that God does not love Canadians or God does not love Americans? That's it for me. It's the same God. If I believe God helps Nigerians, He will help me here. I am not just a Nigerian, I'm a citizen of the whole world first. So that's my belief. Anywhere my feet finds, I will thrive. You can't just pack bag go because this place is difficult. Where will everybody go to? So if you're in Nigeria, I respect you. If you're in Canada, I respect you. Not everybody decides to migrate. Everybody feels wherever your feet finds, wherever you feel that you can thrive, wherever you feel you can have sanity, wherever you feel you can have joy, that's just it for me. If it is Nigeria for you, fine. If it is Canada for you, fine. If it is Finland for you, fine. Trust me. In fact, maybe it is Finland I will go to next, because some of these countries too are good. Like Finland, my goodness, I was just looking at it some days ago and they were like, their passport is actually very, very strong. So it's just that I just like to be around community. I like to be where, okay, there are still like people that I know here. That's why I like UK. I like places like this and all that. But who knows? Who says? Yeah, that's just it. Wherever your joy is, please pursue your joy. Wherever your heart finds perfection, where you feel this is where I need to be at this particular time, that is it for me. So guys, I hope you understand now. I hope I am not I hope I'm not offended anybody, because some people are just like, ah, you're a small girl, why are you telling people not to come as students, blah blah blah. Emma Binu, that means please don't be angry with me, be cool. That's not what I meant. Please, if you're a student, come into Canada. Canada is welcoming you. Who am I to say don't come to Canada? Please, who am I? You don't even know my father in this Canada. So okay, that's it guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something from it. Please, if you did, kindly share my videos. I see all the shares and I appreciate, God, I appreciate it a lot. Like on WhatsApp, there was a time like some of my videos were going around. I was like, oh my God, I just did this from like just like help, this is what I do and all that, and it really gladdens my heart. I am so grateful for you guys. I'm so thankful. Thank you. God bless you. I'll see you in subsequent ones. Stay blessed. Bye.